Hello, fashion lovers. Welcome again to my YouTube channel. I'm super excited to be teaching you on how to sew this stylish top with an overlapped design, cut together shoulder belt behind. Okay, if this is what you would love to learn, let's get right into the main tutorial. So as you can see, I've gone ahead to fold my fabric. So right now my fabric is on fold, and I went ahead to cut out the exact length I will be needing for my top, which is 26, and the shoulder to sleeve, which is 17. That's what I will be needing for this particular tutorial, so I don't have so much fabric everywhere. All right, so from the tip of my fabric, I'm going to be marking out my shoulder to bust. So my shoulder to bust is about 11.5. All right, so it's 11.5, and my shoulder to waist, I'm going to be marking out my shoulder to waist as 18. All right, so go ahead and mark out your shoulder to bust and your shoulder to your waist. So the other part is my shoulder to my top length, which is okay by me, like 26. Some person's top length could be 25, 24, 23, 28, depending on the length of your client. So next, I'll be marking my shoulder. This is my shoulder to sleeve, which is 16. That's what I'm marking there. So I'm going to be marking my neck width, which is 3.5, and the length of my neck is 1.5. Please take note that this particular neck or pattern I'm cutting is the back pattern of this top. So I'll go in now to make out my round neck. Just a slight curve will do. So from the end of my shoulder to sleeve, I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch. This 1 inch will now serve as my shoulder slope. So I'm going to be connecting it to meet up with my neck line. All right. So next, I'm going to be marking out the opening for my sleeve. So the opening for my sleeve, I'm going to be using the exact shoulder to bust as my bust point. So what I'll be doing now is to be coming in by 1 inch and draw a or connect the line to meet up with that my shoulder to sleeve point as I marked earlier on. All right, so we have a slanted line there. All right, so on that bust shoulder to bust point, I'm going to be marking my bust measurement divided by 4, and I'm going to be adding 2 inches allowance. Okay, this particular dress is not really very big. It's not too, it's not an oversized dress, not a boo dress. Oh, but unless you want to make yours big, all right. So on my waist measurement, I'm going to mark my exact waist divided by 4, and I'm going to be adding 2 inches extra for my seam allowance. Now this seam allowance, I'm going to be using lining on this, but if you don't want to use your lining, you can go ahead and sew out your exact seam allowance that you left or that you marked out and give about half an inch for ease. Now on this my top layer, I'm marking my hip measurement divided by 4, add my 2.5 2 inches seam allowance, then I will add extra 2 inches because I want a curvy look on that top M. Like I don't want it to be too firm on my body. I want to have this arc shape. All right. So I'm going to be connecting my shoulder to my bust to my waist and my waist to my hip. You're seeing that particular look, that look there on the top length versus the waist. That look, that's what I like. So I'll go in again to give this top a slight curve on the armhole area. All right, and that will almost be all. So on your top length, I want a curvy look at the end or at the end of this top. So I went up by 1.5 inches, and I'm going to be connecting it to meet up with the top length like this, and that's all. I'll just go ahead and cut out. All right, so just watch the way I'm cutting out and cut yours like this. So I'm done cutting. I'm going to go in ahead now to bring my other pattern, or sorry, my fabric. All right. So this particular fabric, I cut it in a way that I would have extra 4 inches at the center front and extra 3 inches at the hem of this top. So as you can see, I'm going ahead now to mark out the 4 inches away from the center back, which will help for the overlapping of this top. All right. Now on this end part, there's a asymmetric design or look on the top. So that's coming down by 3.5 inches is very okay. So as you can see, I've gone ahead now to mark out my 4 inches, my center front, and extended the neckline. So I'm going ahead now to cut out this part. So please just notice or take note of where I'm cutting out first before you cut out yours too. All right. Okay, so I'll go ahead now and cut out that my excess in my front. All right. You can call it button allowance. Now I'm going to be creating a slanted look on the top, the front pattern of this top. So as you see the way I'm placing it, I placed my roller in a slanted way to meet up with the hemline of the back pattern, and I'm going to be cutting out. All right, this will give the top length that asymmetric look. All right, so I'm going ahead now to notch the, will I call it button allowance? Okay, you can call it button allowance, all right, but it's going to be overlapping at the front part of this dress. Now the reason for marking this out, so that I would mark out my neckline, and also there's a particular effect on that down part, but as we're going you'll get to understand. All right, so now I'll go ahead now and mark out my neckline. Now you can use your ample curve to mark out the type of neckline you want. So first of all, I'm using my tape to mark out where I want the neckline to stop, and I'm marking at 11 inches. All right, so I'm going to be using my ruler. I was trying out something here and I felt like, okay, let me try it and see if it's going to work, but I ended up using my straight ruler to get what I want. You can also use this to mark out what you want. So the next thing you're going to be doing is just to extend it to meet up with your waistline. But if you don't want this particular neckline to meet up with your waistline, you can just place your ruler and mark it at any point where you want it to stop. All right, so I went ahead to use my ruler and marked where I want my neckline to stop. So now on the end part of this particular top, there's a look there. I came from that center front, I came in by 1 inch, and I'm going to be slanting it in to meet up with that neckline. Okay, and this is going to be effected on just one part of this top. You're not going to effect it on both parts. You're going to effect it on just one part of this top. All right, so as we're going you will understand better. All right, so let's go ahead now and cut out. First of all, I'll be cutting out my neckline, then I'll place it together to see how it looks. Then go ahead and cut out that ½ inch that I want to remove from the back, from the center front of this dress. All right, so I'm overlapping it and it is already looking beautiful. So I'm trying to check which part of the top is going to be the longest part of this dress. So I've verified. Go ahead and verify yours. Any part of the dress you want to make longer, you can go ahead. So as I said initially, I said that you go in by 1 inch and you're going to be connecting it slightly to meet up with your neckline. All right, so I'm cutting it out and I'm going to be showing you what it looks like. So I'll place my other side of my top, and it's already looking slanty already. But you know, this top, the other part that is not slanty is going to be shorter. So I'm going to go ahead now and go up from that M allowance by 3 inches. You can make yours 2.5, 3 inches, 3.5, depending on how short or how obvious you want the other longer part to look. So I'm just going to be connecting it to meet up with my side seam. All right. So go ahead and do yours like that. So I'm cutting out, and I'm going to be showing what it looks like right away. All right. So we are almost done. So this is it. You're already seeing the effect of the other side that it's longer. All right. So if you have been following this tutorial, you should be having something that looks like this. All right. Okay, next now I'm going to be cutting out my lining. But if you don't want to use lining, you can go ahead and use facing. For this particular tutorial, you can use facing. So just place your back pattern, place the other parts, wrong side, right side facing right side, join the shoulders. All right, go ahead and join the shoulders as you can see me do, then bring it back. But I wanted to add lining, so I went ahead to cut out my lining for every piece of this top, and I'm going ahead now to attach my lining to my top. So go ahead and sew the neckline. You're going to be sewing the side seams, the sleeve, and you're going to be leaving the shoulders open. All right, sew the hem of this top, and make sure you sew with hemming gum. All right, so that when you iron, it's going to be looking very neat. All right, the same thing you do for the front pattern of this dress. You sew the neckline everywhere, but just leave the shoulder part open. All right, so go ahead and sew, and I'm going to be showing what it looks like. I'm going ahead to sew with hemming gum, and I'm going to be flipping over to the other side of the dress. This is the front pattern of the dress, and this is what it looks like. So I went ahead to flip over. So because I've not ironed, you're not seeing the beauty yet, but this top is already looking beautiful. So I've placed my front side, so I'm going to be joining the shoulders, as you can see. So I'll make sure both ends are meeting up together on the shoulder part, and I'm going to be joining with 1/2 inch all the way. All right, go ahead and join yours with 1/2 inch, and also go ahead and sew the seam allowance. Remember that we're putting a belt to this top. So what I use for this belt, I use 5 inches for the wideness or the width, then the length I'm using 33. All right, I'm using 33. So when I fold it, it's going to be like 2.5. So when I'm done sewing, it's already falling at 2 inches. All right, so this is not the first time you're watching my video on how to make bands or belts. This is very easy. All right, so I want to add my belt to my top. For my neck, for my shoulder, I'm going to be coming down by 15, because I don't want it to be low. I want it to come up a bit, like close to the bust area. So I'm using 15. Remember, my shoulder to waist is 18, so I came up, let's say, by 3 inches more. So I'll go ahead and sew. So when I'm done sewing, I'm going to be showing you what this top looks like on the mannequin. See how pretty this top looks. If you're going to be trying this top, please drop a comment in the comment section. If this tutorial was helpful to you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Fluctify Apparels channel. I would love to have you. I would love to meet you. Bye.